Thank you for joining me, both of you. Okay, I'm going to address the elephant in the room. I am not from a background that is familiar with JEE and NEET. Would you mind explaining for me what is JEE, please?
So JEE stands for Joint Entrance Examination, and it's the only window for entry to the top tier engineering colleges in India, which are the IITs. And it's also the entry point for the second tier colleges, for NITs.
Got it. Thank you. And NEET, could you explain for me, Amin?
See, basically, if a person want to become a doctor, MBBS, BDS, Ayush, any programs, the person has to do NEET examination, then only they'll get admission in India. Not only that, if a student is studying MBBS in UAE or any European countries, NEET is mandatory for Indian students, then only they can go back to India and work as a doctor because there is another examination called FMGE after MBBS.
Got it. Thank you. Okay, so now I'm up to speed with everyone else who's here. This is useful. Okay, so let's begin with the scale of these exams. Just how competitive are JEE and NEET today, and what makes them such high-stakes challenges, Alka?
So JEE is taken typically by about 1.4, 1.5 million students. And they're all competing for roughly 12 to 15,000 seats in the Indian Institutes of Technology.
That is high stakes.
So that is a 1% success rate. Pretty tough.
Wow. I mean, are students and parents sometimes underestimating or overestimating what it takes to crack these exams?
See, basically, the UAE parents, they are not aware about the opportunities. So, imagine talking about unequal education. We have students who got admission in government medical colleges back in India for 18,000 INR per year. If you check any of the MBBS providing universities, we have many here, the course fees for per year, it is 130,000 dirhams. So our kids are studying for 18,000 INR in government medical college. Yes, it is possible for UAE students. And talking about JEE examination, definitely, if they are preparing properly, they will also get admission for 18,000 INR 80 through DASA quota. So many parents are preparing their students from early grade. I would really support them. Why? Because the number of students who are writing NEET examination, 23 lakh. And how many students are passing? 50%. Last year cutoff was 163 or 67. So majority of students are not getting cut off, which means either for NEET and JEE, they need to start the preparation at least by 8th grade, then only their foundation will be strong.
Thank you very much. Did you have something to add there?
Yeah, I was
Alka?
just wanting to add that not just DASA quota. I mean, DASA quota is the backstop. I mean, we've had students going from Accenture to top IITs every single year, as well as AIMS.
Definitely.
And that's what they should be aspiring for. And not just aspiring, it is very achievable. I mean, students go from here every single year. So 100%. Thank you.
I'll just ask Amin the next question. When is the ideal time to begin preparing for JEE or NEET? Is earlier always better?
I would say earlier is better. Why? If you are talking about NEET, as I said earlier, 23 lakh students attended NEET examination in 2024. This year, 2025, we are expecting it will be 25 or 26 lakh students. So your child is going to compete with these 26 lakh students, and majority of the students are starting their preparation in an early age. I would say 6th grade, 7th grade. So the basic, definitely, they should start their preparation at least by 8th grade. Then they can, aram se they can study and they can achieve a good score.
And I actually would like to counter that. I disagree, actually, because the actual syllabus of JEE and NEET is only taught in grade 11, and the foundation of those topics come in grade 9. Prior to that, it's pure tuition. I don't believe it's necessary. And it definitely, I don't believe, works or helps them towards the JEE preparation. So I actually completely disagree. I think from grade 11 for sure, because it's the syllabus of grade 11 and 12 that actually are tested in these examinations. And if you want to secure the foundation and make that really strong, then from grade 9 onwards. But prior to that, I really don't
Yeah,
believe
the reason why I said so, if you're talking about ninth grade, in physics, we have a chapter called motion. The motion continuation is coming in 11th grade as laws of motion, motion in a straight line, and motion in a plane. If a student from, like, for example, 8th grade, his physics is strong, definitely when the child is moving to ninth grade, the foundation of motion will be strong and he can crack any question. Or, for example, the student is going to 11th grade, teachers will be always saying the same thing. You have already studied this in the previous, we are going to the next grade or we are going to the next topic. So, to understand, not only ninth grade, if you're talking about electricity in 10th grade, it's coming as electrostatistics in 12th grade. So if they're starting early, they're going to prepare or they are going to compete with 23, 24 lakh students. And the cutoff mark is 163 or 67 last year, 2024. And out of that, only 50% is students secured out of 720. They have not even secured 163 or 167 mark. So this is the reason why our students are preparing early and they are achieving good result, either talking about 10th or 12th, or if you're talking about NEET or JEE examination.
Okay, this is good. It's good to have differing perspectives here. It's two different perspectives to draw upon here. So I'll ask you both the next question, regardless of the particular year that is may not be the most ideal time to start. For those students who are still balancing their school curriculum, what should preparation look like in those early stages? Alka.
So certainly revise. I think the biggest problem that students face when they come to grade 11 is that the syllabus jumps not double, not triple, it becomes tenfold. And yet their study habits tend to be last minute, 1 week prior to the exam. Last minute does not work. Now your syllabus is huge and just you got to excel as you go along. So don't procrastinate, just revise on a daily basis. And the change in study habit and getting that regularity is really what is most crucial.
See, basically, the study pattern at Unique World Education, we have a cycle. The student has to first attend the class, and we are also providing them hard copy materials and class-wise notes. They have to go through that. And the third thing, we are providing a digital application where all our class videos are recorded. Even they are coming on site, going back home, the presentation which my teacher taught in the class, yes, it's available in the Unique World application. And not only that, if they want to write chapter-wise examination, if they want to write mock examination, everything it's set at Unique World Education, and we have a proper study plan. Definitely, I need more time to explain that. So all the students who are coming to the campus, we are giving them a proper study plan, and study plan 100%. Every student should keep a study plan. Then only they can secure good mark, especially in the competitive examination.
Sorry, are we talking about our respective institutes, or are we talking about in general? Because
Yeah, I think more in general.
Yeah,
I mean, if we
Basically, these perspectives, it's from our side,
Yeah.
and we have implemented these
Yep.
perspectives in our curriculum, and it made us to achieve the result.
that's true
and
for most of us.
we are interested in both your perspectives
Yes,
here,
yes.
and you also have your stands there for students who are interested in asking questions about your institution.
Yes, definitely.
If we could try and keep it more general here, because not all students have access to both your colleges. So if we can have some general hints where we can draw upon your expertise as an expert in the field for the students who don't have access to your
Definitely, and to add one more thing, if any student doesn't have access, we have on-site and online classes also, and free we are providing classes for the students who are underprivileged. We have scholarship also to add here.
Lovely. So in terms of a generally effective study strategy for JEE and NEET? What are the core pillars of it? And how do top performers in any organization or doing it on their own, how do top performers typically structure their time?
So, in that respect, I'd say stick to a regular schedule. Wake up at a certain time, go to school. Most students here have to go to school. Come back, revise. The days you're going to an institute, come back, revise the notes, make sure you're really strong in that, and do problems that pertain to that particular topic. On the days that you're not going to an institute, then revise, keep up, do problems, because it's all about any exam, and specifically JEE and NEET, is all about cracking the right questions in the right amount of time. So practice questions during the other days. And it's all about having a very definite plan. Don't pull overnighters because that's not a regular schedule. It'll mess up your next day. So keep a very clear plan. If you miss it on any one day, ensure that you've made up for that the next day or very soon after. Do not procrastinate. Keep a study plan which is achievable, manageable, and repetitive.
Great advice. Thank you. Amin, what did you have to add for top performers? How do they structure their time?
See, definitely the questions either for NEET and JEE, it is MCQs and NQs. So if you're talking about NEET, the questions are from 11th and 12th grade PCM. So ideally, they need to,
PCB,
yeah,
PCB.
yeah, physics, chemistry, biology. So ideally, they need to know how to solve a question within 1 minute. The school they may be solving within 5 minutes or 10 minutes, but here they need to know how to solve a question within 60 seconds. So how to acquire that skill? Practice, practice, practice. So if you're going for school examination, 11th grade physics, 3 hour. But if you're going for NEET examination or JEE, NEET examination, 11th grade, 12th grade, physics, chemistry, biology, 180 minutes. If you're going for JEE, physics, chemistry, math, 180 minutes. So the time management is the most effective thing which they need to highlight and they need to practice. I have many students because I'm a content creator also. I have 300k followers on Instagram. So being an educator, I usually get message. So I have went for the examination, but the thing was I didn't get the time. I didn't get the time. See, you need to practice and acquire that skill. And how to acquire that skill? Solving questions. That's the main part of the preparation, and that's the thing which they need to learn or follow.
Just to add to that, 100%. And we've had students who are like constantly on the theory and saying, oh, I didn't really understand it, so I'm doing the theory again and again. But the theory will come when you start doing the questions, because the more questions you do, the more the concepts will be clear in your own mind. You'll come across just different aspects of the same concept. So 100%, it's all about solving problems. So 200%, it's that.
Is it possible to crack these exams without formal coaching? If so, what kind of discipline and support does that take?
See, I would say definitely it is possible to secure good mark in NEET examination without coaching, but the student should have a proper plan and practice. Because the number of question for NEET examination, we have 180 question, 180 minute. One question for 1 minute, that too from 11th and 12th grade physics, chemistry, biology.
I'm shaking. I'm
Yes.
shaking just
And
at
it is
the
the
description.
it is one of the toughest entrance examinations in the world. NEET, definitely JEE also. So if they have a proper study plan and if the student is dedicated, there may be if you're taking 100,000, one or two students may be that much self-motivated and self-dedicated. When they are coming for coaching, there is a proper cycle which they need to attend a class, solve MCQs, practice, examination, mock examination, if you secure less mark, doubt clearing session. So this channel is there. If they can develop that kind of a channel, yes, it is possible.
So I agree, it is possible for students to achieve this on their own. However, one thing has to be borne in mind is that these are competitive exams, and you do not know where you stand against the competition if you're in isolation. And that, combined with someone goading you and keeping you on track, is the definite advantage of coming to an institute.
So I said before that just the sound of the preparation and the pressure involved was making me feel nervous and anxious and break out in a sweat. Let's go beyond the academics for a second. Mental health is often overlooked. How can students manage their stress, avoid burnout, and stay motivated over such a long prep cycle?
So every student goes through this. Every student will go through his ups and downs. We've had overseas toppers who've gone through periods of, I don't think I can do this. And it's very normal, it's very natural, it's a 2-year journey. Number one, talk. Talk to your mentors, talk to your parents. We're all here to support. We've been through hundreds of students every year who've gone through the same ups and downs, and we can help you. So, just talk about it. We'll help you make an alternate study plan. We'll help you understand where you're going wrong, which in any case, we are in touch with all the students. But definitely talk to your mentors and talk to your parents. And that's one. Always keep a little bit of time out in the day for exercise. Go out, get some fresh air, stick to a routine, don't pull overnighters. It's keep a routine which is manageable, because the peaks and troughs does not help anyone.
See, definitely, in addition to this, if they have someone who has already gone through this examination, and if they're talking with that particular person as a senior student, okay, I have already attended NEET examination and I have cracked the examination and I settled in a college. So if you have someone like that, definitely they will tell you the real experience. Okay, how I have studied. Okay, what was my method? Okay, where you're lacking. Okay, I was also going through this problem. This is the way I have resolved this thing, or I have solved this issue. So if you have someone like that, or a senior contact, when the student is coming to institutes, definitely there are senior students, we connect with them, they talk with them, and there are like toppers talk shows. So this kind of activities along with the points ma'am has explained will definitely help the students to come out from this kind of problems.
We touched briefly before on the role of sleep and physical activity, but where can students get resources and support on learning how sleep, nutrition, physical activity can help their academic performance at this high level?
So we are always talking to our children about that, because it's not just academics. It's not just the teaching that'll get them through. It's the entire package. We have to talk to parents to support them or step away. Sometimes parents pressurize too much, and I think that's something we will be talking about. But so we're constantly advising our children right from the time they join us that they have to be balanced about it. They have to take care of all the various aspects. And that's a constant conversation that's happening with them all through the years. So definitely.
Yeah, see, like if the student is not taking any preparation, definitely whatever points has explained from the anger, they will get through online. What we are providing at Unique World Education, we have a team of mentalist. So one of our team member, his name is Praveen. He's a mentalist as well as he is a senior counselor, where they will give session to the students like how to overcome from this kind of issues. And we always conduct in a year 2 or 3 times the representative from Astra Hospital. They usually visit our campus, and there are different types of session they are giving to our students. And there are different types of checkup also we are giving free for the students. So being an institute side, these are the things which we are doing. If a student is self motivated, definitely either they can come to us within if they are not able to afford this, we can give this for free, or else definitely now everything is in your phone or YouTube, you will get all the resources.
I'd just like to know, if you had a student who was very high performing, but you knew that their habits were not healthy, would you pull them up on it?
100%. Because they would not be optimizing their talent. And the whole idea of us being there and mentoring them, because it is a long and it is a tedious journey. There will be ups and downs. And the role of ours is not just to teach physics, chemistry, and mathematics or biology. It is to ensure that they crack the exam. And in that, there are so many different aspects that come into play, and these are vital. So 100%, we definitely talk about it again and again, including put away phones. Do not keep a phone. That's the biggest distraction in this current day and age. And some of our toppers have actually advised that they've only gone with a Nokia phone, no smartphone, 2 years, didn't even look at it.
Wow.
Of social media, of all of this, because all that just adds to the anxiety, adds to distractions. And these are things that we constantly are talking to our students about.
I'm feeling again that your students are much more disciplined than I could ever be. So what are the most common mistakes that students make in their preparation, whether it be mindset, materials, or habits? I mean,
See, the most common mistake, what we have noticed, each year there are deleted portions. So while they are studying for NEET or JEE, they should know, okay, what are the syllabus, what are the topics. They need to avoid that so they can put more time on the actual topics. And where you will get all this, you will get everything in NTA website, and definitely our team members are also providing the details. So that's the one thing. And the second common mistake, all the students are assuming, okay, yeah, it is very easy examination. See, it is not easy. If it is easy, what's the passing percentage of NEET, CBSE or state government examination? 90, 95 percentage. But when you are talking about NEET examination, 50 percentage. If you're talking about JEE, lesser than that. So it is not easy. So you're gonna play with MCQs. All the four options look like siblings, and you have only 1 minute in NEET, and you need to find out that. So the common mistake, if you're not practicing well, if you don't have the right resources, if you don't have the right materials, you are going to regret. And what's the regret thing? You need to do the preparation again. It is not IELTS. IELTS this year, this month I did, next month I can again go and do the same examination. No, NEET examination, you need to wait for next year, May. And for the JEE, next year, Jan and April. So you don't have time like IELTS or TOEFL or anything. This is a different game, and you should make sure that you're not making these common mistakes.
I think there's several others that I would like to add here. Students, we obviously give them very high specialized study material. But then someone talks about, oh, so and so's material is very good, so they pick that up. Then there's someone recommends another textbook, they pick that up. And then they're looking at several different resources and ending up as a jack of all trades, master of none. Whereas here you do need mastery. So stick to any one book, do it cover to cover. That's way more useful, and that's generally where the Essentia modules come in. But stick to any one and do it cover to cover. Don't jump from one to another to a third, because you will not end up doing the whole range that is required. Number two, students come to grade 11, which is when the core preparation starts, and start feeling really sorry for themselves because their friends are going out. Suddenly the syllabus has gone huge, and they're coming to us and doing much more. And they start feeling sorry for themselves and like, oh, I've studied enough, I need to go out with my friends and so on. These 2 years matter. They can make or break your career. So please stop feeling sorry for yourself, have focus, have determination, and work towards that, because at the end of those 2 years, you'll be in a far better space than those friends who are going out. So it does need a lot of determination, it does need a lot of sticking to the right path, but you will be so glad for it because it opens up so many doors at the end. So these are some of the more common.
One more thing, like, and I missed the common mistake is majority of their students are starting their preparation in 12th grade. Don't do that. You need to start the preparation by 11th grade. Why? If you're taking NEET examination, the questions are from 11th and 12th grade. How you're going to learn all the 11th grade chapters from 12th grade? You have only 1 year in 12th grade where you will be completely packed with school projects, like, labs and everything. So please, if you are focused and if you want to achieve good score in NEET or JEE, both of the examination, you should start at least from 11th grade.
Completely.
Alka, I wanted to, I was just thinking of something when you were talking about students putting their minds to it and devoting these 2 years looking at their friends. I had a chat with my 10-year-old son about short-term pain for long-term gain, only at breakfast this morning. I think maybe it's a little bit too early to be encouraging him, but
Yeah.
I know he likes shortcuts, so I wanted to get him used to this idea that we do have to apply ourselves for a better life.
Oh,
Anyway,
100%.
he's got a few years yet.
Thank God for that.
Yes. Okay, so parents, timely. Parents, how can they support rather than pressure their children during this high stress period, and not parents of 10-year-olds?
So we get parents of three different categories. We get parents who are very supportive. They take on a lot of the responsibilities, whatever, shield the child from extra burdens. We get parents who are okay, hands off, the child will manage. And then we get the third one who are like, you've got to be the best. Why have you lost 2 marks in this test? This is not acceptable. You've got to be right on top. And number two and number three does not really help. 100%, it's a tough journey. There will be students who will go up and down. And the whole idea is to support them. The child is working hard. He's working very hard. And he's just achieving burnout by putting in that kind of pressure. Being completely hands off also doesn't really work because children do get distracted. They do need that kind of motivation. They do need to know someone's watching over them. And, they're still children. They will slip from time to time. And so, to be completely hands off is also not a great idea. So do be supportive. It is a tough journey. It is one of the toughest exams in the world. And be there for them, see what you can do to help them, to get them more time, to help them structure their day better, ensure that they do sleep on time, wake up on time, put in those hours. If you find they're watching excessive TV or so on, take that, help them get back to what they really should be doing.
I mean, how can you help parents?
Yeah,
help their
see,
children?
like the same answer which I have given for the student, like, when they are having stress. Parents also try to talk with the students who have completed this examination, their parents. Because I have a student, his mother always call me that, okay, the student is not studying. See, when I have gone through his academic, he is one of my top students. So the parent feel like if the student is 10 minutes free, he has to study. No, he has always working and he has always studying. He should have his own some time where he'll be doing his favorite things. Okay, so don't put much pressure on student. They will break, and we are seeing a lot of news. So we have every week academic discussion with our teachers and counselors. So this particular student problem every time they'll put on the table. So when I have analyzed, he is one of the topper and all the teachers are satisfied with his class performance and examination and everything, but the mother is not satisfied. She put a mindset that 24 into 7 the student has to study. No, the student should have his own time. He should also feel like, okay, I'm going with my friends, not much times. I would say like, half an hour or 1 hour. You do like, go with your friends, have some exercises, have some like, small plays and everything. So parents better thing, I mean, I would say two things. You talk with mentors like us. So we will tell you like, how other students have gone through, what was their plan and everything. And second easy thing, you talk with a parent so you can easily connect. So these are the two advice from my side.
Do we have any parents of JEE and NEET students out there? No? Anyway, I'm sure that these are all good hints for supporting your children through all their studies. Just to return to curriculum, how important is mock testing and revision? How often should it be built in?
It is the core of cracking the JEE and NEET because it is all about developing the mindset, about timing, as Amin pointed out some time back, and just getting into the habit of taking a test in a timed manner. So at Accenture, we are so particular about this. We have weekly tests on a non-negotiable basis, the JEE and NEET style mock tests on a monthly basis. And the results are displayed for the entire batch to the parents and students, not because we are trying to bring anyone down, but it is to tell them it is a competition. This is where you stand. It's all about moving up the ladder. So 200% important.
Yeah, definitely mock examination is the key to success. Imagine a student who is attending the class and the teacher is explaining a topic. He's nodding his head. Okay, he got it. But don't expect that same question will be coming for J or NEET examination. The content will remain the same, the concept will remain the same, but the questions will be a different level. So how you will attend different types of questions, the only thing is practice. So the same topic, we have an application we have developed and we are providing 200,000 questions to the students. If they click one chapter, they will get the chapter questions. And if they click the question, if the question is wrong, it will show this is the right answer. And from the teacher side, you need to attend within 60 seconds how much time you have utilized and the answers. The practice is the key, because don't say that you are a 10th grade CBSE topper, 11th grade class topper. NEET and JEE is a different game. You are going to play with time. You're going to play with 2-year topics. How in your school you are attending physics 3 hours, chemistry 3 hours. But here, 11th and 12th grade, all the 3 subjects together, 180 minutes. So practice is the key to success, especially MCQ practice every day you need to do. If you have time, I would say 100 questions you do. And how our students are doing, we are providing them the hard copy and digital resources. You will also get this kind of materials and try to do 100 questions. Then you will increase your speed. You will increase your accuracy, which will help 100%. You ask, if you're not believing me, ask any of the toppers. They will say, I was solving this many questions every day. And this was the success. This is the reason why I have secured this many marks.
So I'm hearing 200,000 questions, 60 seconds each. I'm hearing tests every week, mocks every month. I'm thinking this feels like a lot of pressure. But then it could also be desensitizing them to the stress, the anxiety. So does it impact different personalities differently?
So, absolutely. In fact, just yesterday I was talking to our 2024 overseas topper for JEE. He got a rank of 31 in JEE main, which is like absolutely phenomenal. And we was just talking to him, and he said one thing that he believes is that he actually enjoyed the journey. He enjoyed cracking those questions. He enjoyed figuring out another way to do it. And that was phenomenal. On the other hand, you have enough and more students who like looking at it as a chore and saying, oh, this is another question I've got to do, and so on. So it's all about the mindset. So 200%, the same set of questions, two different people can look at it very, very differently and react very differently. And the whole idea is to change your own mindset, because they are there and they have to be done. Now, one big thing I really believe that makes the difference is students look at cracking the questions or solving the questions as getting the answer. Whereas what you should be doing is getting the knowledge, getting that concept right. and applying that. That is what you should be focusing on, not on getting the solution of that particular question. So I think that is a very, very important mindset that students have to really get in, failing which it does look like a chore.
See, definitely, I can give an example. If the student is securing good mark in NEET examination, I would say 677 out of 720, the student will get government medical college seat. And the fees is 18,000 to 25,000 INR, which is less than 1,000 dirhams. And how many seats back in India? You take private or government, we have only 100,000 seats. Imagine you want to go to Abu Dhabi, you have an interview, and interviews at 3 p.m. So will you leave here by 2:30? No. You will be leaving by 1 o'clock. Then you can easily reach there. So first we know we are going to write a competitive examination, and if you are getting result, your parents no need to spend 35 lakh rupees for NRI seats. You will get for very nominal fees. And the opportunities and exposure which you are getting from a government or central government college and the placement, it is a different thing. So you think about that. So definitely different students will be having different mindset, but parents and students, if they are understanding the opportunity, if they are understanding the fee benefits, if they know the fact, definitely all the students can think in a positive way, and their mindset will automatically will be to a particular goal.
Okay, I'd like you to think of a student who you've worked with who has surprised everyone with their success. Tell me, what set them apart?
See, I had a student, her name is Fatimat Hana. She has attended NEET 2023 examination by her own preparation, and she has secured 390 mark. She has tried all the colleges, because even though her father is working in Lulu corporate office, and mashallah, financially he is very good, but the student want to study in one particular college in Tamil Nadu. That was her goal, and she came to us and she was like, sir, this was the problems and everything. So we said, don't worry, and we have given her the game plan. So how to plan this year? Mashallah, in 2024, she has secured 677 out of 720, and she got the same college in Tamil Nadu, in government quota, in first allotment, and the student is a great example for all of you. If you have a particular goal, and if you are ready to put your effort, and if you have a right mentor and team, definitely all the students who are attended this event, you all can secure or you all can achieve your goal.
So what set her apart? What
Set
was
her
it?
apart. That's our strategy. Even though she used to start her preparation 5 a.m. in the morning, and she always do 300 400 questions, and she sent all those pictures WhatsApp. Okay, sir, this was our not to me, to academic team, and she always stay back after the after the class, and individually she usually clear the doubts, and whatever examinations we have conducted, she has attended the examination. Whatever mistake she has made, she used to stay back and solve with the teachers and understand her mistakes. So academic side, if you are putting more effort, don't think that my friend and I am sitting in the class, okay, 4 o'clock class is done, don't go home. You need to understand your mistakes and how you are going to learn from your mistake, how you are resolving your mistake. So this was the thing set aside Fatimat Hana.
Thank you.
So I would like to say that, I mean, there's no one student, there's so many, but I would like to pick on traits. And I think one big mistake that students have or in their minds is that, oh, I'm not that smart, I'm not that intelligent. But cracking JEE and NEET or getting a phenomenal score in JEE and NEET and getting the best college is not about intelligence. It's about hard work, it's about consistency, it's about putting in the effort and sticking to the path. So that is what really sets the person apart. There are smart kids. I mean, getting a 99, a 100 in 10th is more the norm than the exception. But all of them do not crack it. It's not about intelligence. It's about consistency, about sticking to it, and about determination, and just talking, coming back, and 100% about solving, but that's part of the consistency. So that is what it takes more than anything else.
Okay, I have the toughest question of all here. If you had to sum up successful prep in 3 words, what would they be?
Practice, practice, practice.
So I would just, again, say the same thing that I just did. It's about consistency, about focus, and determination. So just, and the practice is definitely a part of that. It's about, I mean, these exams are all about practice. You cannot crack these without practice. That's inherent. But to be spending one day doing that and 5 days not doing that, or going in peaks and troughs, that will not help. So it has to be consistent.
Thank you so much, both of you, for your expertise. I think, I don't know, the people who've been able to benefit today are obviously a step ahead. And if they can apply themselves from several years before they need to really get committed to it, then you've set them apart. Thank you.
Thank you for having us, Noni.
Alka Malik, the founder of Accentria, and Amin K, the head of operations for Unique World. Thank you so much for being here.